So when are Rockstar going to release Trailer 3 for GTA 6? Reality is, nobody really knows. I think most of us all thought that when they announced the pre-orders that Trailer 3 would follow immediately after or along with them, but sadly they didn't do that, so here we are now still waiting. For years before GTA 6 was even announced, I always advocated that people look back at the past at what Rockstar did for GTA 5 and for Red Dead Redemption 2, just to give us clues for how they may handle things in the future going forward. But sadly, so far everything for GTA 6 has almost been entirely different, so it makes it really difficult to pinpoint where and when we may see things. However, given that we have nothing else to go on, it's still the best we can realistically do. What we do know is that when we get to about a month out from launch, things pick up the pace quite significantly, and gaps between news articles and updates will reduce significantly. Also, the marketing kicks off in earnest with Trailer 3, and Trailer 3 for GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 was roughly 5 months from launch. That's actually when pre-orders went live for GTA 6, so already it's slightly different. However, immediately following Trailer 3, that's when we typically get previews, hands-off media previews where they get to go and see the game, release all their articles, talk about what they saw and how impressive the game's looking. That typically drops the day of or the day after of Trailer 3. If GTA 6 does indeed follow that pattern, when we do get Trailer 3, whenever that is, hopefully it's sometime soon, we should probably be getting media previews very soon after. And hey, who knows, maybe in the coming weeks we'll start to get wind of companies like IGN or Game Informer or whoever going to maybe New York or Edinburgh to go and see the game. Maybe that might clue us in, who knows. And obviously there'll be much smaller things as well, like Rockstar are probably going to release new artworks, more screenshots, small things like that. Now, one of the biggest questions I have is, when we eventually do see gameplay, and hopefully we do see a gameplay trailer, how many will there be? Because GTA 5 had the one, but Red Dead Redemption 2 had 2 parts. It had 2 separate videos, and they launched quite far apart. The second one was much closer to launch. And with a game like GTA 6, it seems like it's going to be a much bigger game, at least compared to GTA 5. It seems like it's going to be much closer to Red Dead Redemption 2 in terms of its size and its scale. So the question is, will they have a 1-part video or will they have a 2-part video? Maybe they'll all just be put into one big video and it'll just be 1 part. Who knows? Now, part of me does worry that Rockstar may even decide to skip over the gameplay trailer in an effort to preserve the gameplay reveal for the release of the game when we finally get to play it ourselves. Rockstar once said that they don't like showing gameplay before the game releases. I can't remember where or when they said it, but I do distinctly remember them saying that sometime before the launch of GTA 4. I think they argued something along the lines of they wanted players' first experience with the game to be playing the games for themselves, rather than having seen gameplay, on a low quality YouTube video or something like that. Now, I do worry that given all the leaks that GTA 6 has had so far, Rockstar may just decide to stick to your regular trailers and media previews, things like that, but not give us a full-on gameplay video. I don't think that will happen, but I have to be honest and say, it is something that I have thought about, and it wouldn't surprise me if Rockstar decided to do that. Given everything they've done so far with GTA 6, or perhaps more accurately to say not done, it is a possibility that they could decide to skip a gameplay trailer this time. But to argue for the case of a gameplay trailer, which I have to admit I do think they will do one, the reason could simply be they want to give us a highly curated gameplay trailer to show fans what the actual gameplay is, rather than the unfortunate footage that leaked in September 2022. This time, they would decide to show us what we see. It would be a purposeful choice and show us how different the game is this time, on their own terms. Then there's GTA Online. We don't know when it's going to release, but if I were to guess, I would guess it would be a delayed launch after GTA 6. They'll launch that separately, give you time to play and digest the single player experience. But that just makes it even harder to work out where they'll reveal GTA Online 2. Back in 2013, Rockstar gave their reasoning for why GTA Online launched 2 weeks after the launch of GTA 5. In an interview with Leslie Benzies approximately a month before the release of GTA 5, he said, "We want to give people an opportunity to actually get their heads around what's happened, because even single player is a big advancement from the old games. There's a lot of new things to learn." He then went on to say that he considers GTA Online to be its own game. He said, "We want it to be known as a different entity, a separate thing, and it'll grow on its own. It'll be GTA Online. It's not part of GTA 5. Obviously it's set in the GTA 5 engine, but it's going to grow and evolve into its own thing." Now, on a slight tangent, when GTA 6 pre-orders went live, the store page basically confirmed that Grand Theft Auto 6 is a single player experience. A lot of people took that to mean that GTA Online won't be included, or that it will launch later, which, yeah, it probably will, or somehow it'll be a standalone experience, or it'll be a full price game later on. I think a lot of people just don't realise and understand that Rockstar have always considered GTA Online to be a standalone game, a separate product or experience. They've always considered that, even the original GTA Online is, just as Leslie Benzies said back in the day in that interview. So while GTA 6 technically is a single player experience, it will still have an online. It's just whatever it's called, whether it's just called GTA Online again or GTA Online 2, it will still happen, but GTA 6 and GTA Online are technically separate products, separate games. I think we can safely presume that GTA Online 2 will likely launch after GTA 6 launches. If GTA Online was 2 weeks later and then Red Dead Online was about a month later, GTA Online 2 might be closer to Red Dead Online, as in, I think it could launch into beta probably around a month after launch. But there's one problem with that. Around about a month after launch of GTA 6, you're right on top of Christmas, and you're probably not going to launch an online game, a game that's going to have teething issues, that's going to require a lot of constant support and maintenance. You're probably not going to want to launch that a week before Christmas. So if I think about it logically, the smart thing might be to launch it sometime in mid to late January, right after the holidays. Everyone's back into work in the office, and you can now launch the new game. Now, of course, a world does exist in which Rockstar want GTA Online out before Christmas. I'm sure Rockstar and Take-Two, of course, will want to make money from microtransactions, things like shark card sales and so on. So they'll probably want that out in time for Christmas to make a lot of money from it. But either way, the game's still going to have a lot of teething issues. It's going to require a lot of support, and I just don't see how realistic that is right on top of Christmas. But regardless of when they launch it, they still have to reveal it beforehand. And when you look at when Red Dead Online and GTA Online were both revealed, it was approximately about a month before launch of the base game, before the launch of single player. And so GTA Online was launched with a gameplay video, a full-on, in-depth showcase of what GTA Online was. However, Red Dead Online was basically a Newswire article where they sort of briefly explained it, but they didn't really show it until after the single player had launched. So it's up for debate how the next GTA Online will be revealed. Will they have a gameplay video of it, or will it be more of a low-key, here's a Newswire article, you know, GTA Online is getting this big major overhaul, it's going to be very different in GTA 6, but we'll have more to talk about that sometime after launch. We want you to focus on the single player experience right now, and then we'll get into online later. I think personally they might do that approach so that they can take their time to fully focus on GTA Online after the single player, give it its room to breathe, focus fully on the single player up until launch, and then post launch is when you move into what comes next, and that is of course GTA Online 2 or whatever they call it. So let's take a little look at what Rockstar need to show for GTA 6's marketing, and for the purpose of this I'll just be sticking to the major stuff in terms of dates, because obviously there's going to be small stuff in between, website updates, screenshots, artworks, whatever. So what are we expecting to see? There's trailer 3, there's the hands-off media previews, we're hoping that there's going to be a collector's edition, we're hoping that they're going to do a gameplay trailer, There is, of course, what we've spoken about, the GTA Online trailer, and then, of course, the launch trailer. So, working backwards, we'll likely get the official or launch trailer 1 to 2 weeks before launch. A potential GTA Online reveal would probably be around about a month before launch. A gameplay trailer would likely be around a month before the online trailer or reveal. And the collector's edition would probably happen a couple of weeks to a month before the gameplay reveal. It's really uncertain. Hands-off media previews would most likely come either a day or so after trailer 3, or even that day, which is where their marketing campaign really truly begins. And if we take these major events and begin to map them out, we get something like this. I think August 11th is a decent bet for trailer 3. That's when we get to 100 days within launch, but it could be any time between the 11th and the 18th. That week period is a decent enough bet for when we could see trailer 3. Following that, we'll likely get hands-off media previews where the likes of IGN, Game Informer, whoever, hopefully the guys at GTA 6 O'Clock get to see it as well, because I like those guys, and I remember watching their videos back in the day when they got to see GTA 5 as well. That would be a day later, maybe even the same day. Maybe they just drop it all in one day, and it's a very exciting time. Following that, maybe some kind of collector's edition sometime in September. I've got marked down between the 8th and the 22nd because it's really up in the air when they do that. There's no real specific date as where that could happen. Now, if GTA Online 2 is not revealed before launch, I think we could get a gameplay trailer sometime between the end of September and early October. 22nd of September through the 6th of October is a decent date range, I think. Following that, there's a pretty big gap of nothing, but in that gap you'd probably have a lot of other smaller stuff, like you might get a couple of interviews with maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, Sam Howes himself. That'd be great. Probably be a written interview, you're not gonna see him on camera. Maybe someone like Rob Nelson at Rockstar North. We had one of them for Red Dead Redemption 2 back in the day, I remember. You might get a bunch of smaller things like website updates. You might give us a more interactive GTA 6 website similar to what GTA 5 had back in the day, where over time new pages unlock, detail some of the locals, the gangs, small businesses, music, radio stations, things like that. Who knows? Then, November 3rd through the 10th, you might get the launch trailer, because that's always about a week or two before the release. And then following that, November 19th is when GTA 6 finally releases, and then we're all excited and playing the game. Now, if GTA Online 2 is revealed before launch, it could look a little bit more like this, where everything that happens in August with trailer 3 previews, that's already happened. But the gameplay trailer would be through September 15th and 22nd, somewhere around there. Then through October 8th to the 22nd, approximately sometime before launch, about a month, you get your GTA Online 2 reveal. Whether that is a gameplay trailer that showcases everything and all the changes, or just a written article. It's a brief description. They say, hey, we're making some big changes to GTA Online and we'll have more to share in the future. Who knows? Then you have the launch trailer, again, November 3rd through 10th, approximately a week or two before launch. And then, of course, November 19th, you have the launch of GTA 6, finally. At least they're the big talking points. Obviously, like I said before, it's going to be small things in between, but nailing them down is much, much harder, and there's no guarantee that they'll do the same things this time that they did before for previous games. And like I said much earlier, so far for GTA 6, almost everything's been entirely different. So, really, working things out for this game based on the past, it's really impossible, and so far, nothing's worked out, so this might be a futile attempt, who knows. But hey, it's fun. Otherwise, those are my best attempts at somewhat of a sensible guess for when we may see these things. I try not to set expectations in stone, I don't want to be disappointed if nothing happens, or it happens much later. My mentality is always to hope for the best but expect the worst. And given how Rockstar have handled marketing for GTA 6 so far, the sensible speculation may just be prepare for the worst to happen, and it might be quite late and much closer to release than we've had before in the past. As disappointing as that may be, we may just end up waiting a little bit longer. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. Let me know down below in the comments if you think I'm crazy or if I'm on the money. This is all just for fun at the end of the day, and I wanted to at least attempt to bring you some sensible, non-clickbait speculation. I've been speculating about GTA 6 since February 2019, but I'm fairly new at making videos, so please forgive me for any lack of professionalism. Let's just hope we hear something soon, and not in a few weeks or so.